Hey, it's Mia J, and today I'll be giving you my Ant-Man review. I'm gonna start off with a spoiler-free review for those people who haven't seen it yet. And all I have to say that it is a great Marvel movie. I recommend that you totally go see it, even if you're not caught up in all the Marvel stuff and the movies of the past. It kind of makes a pretty good standalone movie. It's very funny. I always enjoy Paul Rudd movies for some reason. There are a lot of celebrity cameos that you might enjoy. I won't say that this movie is perfect, but what is different about this movie is that it's kind of not like the Iron Man movies and Captain America movies, all those building up to the Avengers movies that you've seen before. So I'd give this movie a chance and just go out and see it. Now for our spoiler talk, because I kind of have a lot to say about it, but it's good. It's all good. Last time I tore Avengers Age of Ultron apart, which I feel really bad about. But this time I left the theater seeing Ant-Man and I was so relieved that it was a really great movie. And like I said in the spoiler free, I really love Paul Rudd, but I kind of didn't have faith that he would come through as an actual superhero for some reason. It just seemed that he'd been doing comedy for so long and I was just like, this doesn't seem like our kind of guy. But the thing is that his movie style fits so well into the movie, being a comedian or whatever he may be as an actor, that it just sort of flowed really naturally. All the scenes were very funny. The chemistry between him and his crazy roommates were hilarious. Michael Pena, I give him 2 thumbs up. He was outstanding. T.I. was really excited to see him, and then the other roommate was just okay, but I won't take away points just because the other roommate was just okay. But yeah, back to the whole flow of the story with the comedy stuff, and then there was like the necessary Marvel stuff that we have to begrudgingly get through, like the first scene with Haley Atwell, Agent Carter, and Stark, and Pym, and it's just sort of like, okay, I get where this movie is going. This is typical Marvel. We're just talking business because we gotta get business done. It's like going to work when you see a Marvel movie. And then it eases back into, oh, now we've got funny Paul Rudd and he's fighting. Okay, I like this. But then it's sort of back and forth between getting Marvel stuff out the way and funny Paul Rudd stuff. Also bouncing around kind of, whenever we talk about Marvel movies, there's superheroes and then there's the bad guy. And the superhero was thumbs up, the bad guy was thumbs in the middle. I personally believe that they haven't had a really good villain since Loki. I'm a Loki diehard, but this guy who played Yellow Jacket it had flatlined the whole movie up until the part, I'd say, when they went back to Casey, the daughter's house, and then they started having this, scale wars where they're fighting between being their huge size and normal size and then fighting in that tiny little train scene. I thought that was really cool. And when I saw the, like the huge Anne and the gigantic Thomas, the tank engine, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, because now you're getting to see what they can actually do with their suits, with their abilities. And it took them a really, really long time to get to Yellow Jacket, but I think it was rewarding at the end because the fight scene was, I won't say spectacular, but it was pretty great. I have to make a disclaimer that Bucky was also a pretty great villain, but Bucky was sort of like the side villain. And Hydra, I feel like Hydra was the overall villain for Captain America. But at one point, like I say, I won't be singing all of its praises. It did get kind of slow somewhere in between the montage scene, because this movie, the villain isn't set out to destroy all of San Francisco, so nothing's blowing up. He's not robbing banks and all that stuff left and right. And then finally, they go to infiltrate Avengers headquarters, which they didn't even know that was that. I got a laugh out of that. And then all of a sudden they're fighting Anthony Mackie, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. That it was just Anthony Mackie, just one Avenger, but it was still cool enough. I was like, okay, now we're picking this back up. He's fighting him. He's using his little Ant-Man techniques to kick the crap out of him. And then I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm back. I'm awake. I'm here. I'm fresh. So I would just say overall, if I ran out of stuff to say, that I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the comedy, and I have to say that I enjoyed this movie a little bit more than Guardians of the Galaxy, only because I like the humor way more. But if I had to choose between Chris Pratt and Paul Rudd, you can't ask me to make that decision. That's hands down. I won't talk about that. But yeah, that's my review. Don't forget about the little baby lamb. Baby lamb. So if you like this video, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. It's good for your soul. And Ant-Man and all the Marvel movies. We'll see you next time. So they're on fire. 7 points if they're cute. 3 points if they're pretty average. 2 points if I don't believe. And Anthony Mackie, I'm just naming their names now. And all of a sudden Nick Fury, who's not, I guess he's kind of a superhero. And at the very, very end of the credits, Bucky and Captain America and the Falcon, oh god.